In Manila, the physical infrastructure of the city is tangled, dense, and distinctly real. It was here that a Filipino journalist named Maria recently published an investigative piece exposing deep-seated local government corruption. Within hours of her report going live, 47 separate social media accounts began publishing articles under her name. They cloned her byline, used her photograph, and mimicked her writing style perfectly to push narratives contradicting her original reporting. For a reader quickly scrolling through a feed, the authentic reporting and the 47 synthetic clones are indistinguishable. Maria can publicly state that the cloned articles are fake, but saying it is not the same as proving it. The internet lacks a native signature to verify that a piece of text originated from a specific human being. This vacuum of trust is where a verification provider comes in. It functions like a passport office for the web, authorized to issue a secure, portable Trust ID to a verified individual. Without an underlying layer of mathematical proof, genuine human reporting is defenseless against the infinite volume and speed of automated generation. There are three main entry points into this network. The first involves biometric companies. These are the organizations already verifying identities for global banks. By adding a single API call to their existing workflow, they can now issue a Trust ID directly to their current users. The second entry point is managed by newsrooms and press freedom organizations. Groups like Reporters Without Borders, shown here, are uniquely positioned to act as the verification bodies for reporters in the field. Under the protocol's rules, this journalism verification is always free. A reporter working in a hostile environment is never priced out of securing their digital identity. The third entry point relies on governments. Here, the European Commission outlines its digital identity framework, a state-level infrastructure already verifying millions of citizens. A citizen who has already been verified by a state government enters the protocol at the highest possible trust tier. They simply connect their existing credential rather than repeating the entire process. By utilizing these existing organizations, the Trust Network scales globally without relying on a single corporation to act as a gatekeeper for human identity. Getting a Trust ID takes less than 30 seconds. It begins with a 10-second scan of a physical ID, where artificial intelligence checks the document for tampering and reads the embedded NFC chip. Step 2 requires you to look at your camera for 5 seconds for a 3D mesh scan. By mapping facial geometry and detecting subdermal blood flow, the system distinguishes a living human from a deepfake. The moment your biological liveness is confirmed, that video file is destroyed. It is never stored on a server or added to a database. Once verified, your phone generates a cryptographic key. This happens entirely inside the physically isolated hardware chip of your device, such as the secure enclave, so the key cannot be extracted or stolen. There is also an optional social layer. Existing trusted users can stake their own reputation points to vouch for you, adding a layer of human accountability to the technical verification. Because this architecture proves you are human locally on your own device, it eliminates the risk associated with a centralized biometric data leak. If any organization could declare itself a provider and start handing out Trust IDs, the entire network would fill with fake credentials and collapse. To prevent this, the AI lab Intelligence Unobscured acts as the sole accrediting authority. Before issuing a single ID, every provider must pass a 5-gate audit. These gates include mandatory biometric implementation, independent security audits by third-party firms, and legally binding zero data sharing agreements. This map categorizes global jurisdictions into green, amber, and red tiers based on data privacy protections and mandatory government backdoors. This shields vulnerable users. A journalist in a red tier country routes their verification through a green tier provider in New York, keeping their location untraceable. This governance protects the technical integrity of the ID while using cryptography to shield dissidents from state surveillance. After spending 30 seconds verifying her identity through her newsroom, she receives her Trust ID. Looking at this side-by-side comparison, Maria's authentic article carries a glowing gold tip badge and a trust score. The cloned article on the right is identical in every way, except for the empty space where that cryptographic proof should be. Because the 47 AI-generated fakes lack this cryptographic fingerprint, any reader can instantly recognize the true human author. We do not have to rely on a platform to tell us what is real, or wait for a fact-checker to catch up to an AI swarm. The truth of who wrote an article is anchored in mathematics, and permanently owned by the individual.